It's alright outdoors though, isn't it? It's alright outdoors. It's not on 400. Right, this is the older camera now. I sorted it out, but it was working outdoors anyway, so I don't know if it would work indoors still. I haven't had the opportunity to try it, but it's doing alright out. We're joining up with the Fords now. That where Hodder's Combe, where all the combes meet, if you like. Not all the combes, some of the combes meet here. And quite often, as I said earlier, I went along there to Slaughterhouse Combe and branched off further up. This is another combe which I'm going to find out the name of. I can't remember, I did used to know. But all this area is the Fords. It's called the Fords. And I just decided to take this little cantalk up here to see if I could avoid having to keep jumping across a few. And they're not even really full up yet. I mean, they're quite narrow, there's loads of places. By staying up here, I might not have to actually cross any for yet anyway. By staying on this side. And I'm not saying that's necessarily true, but at the moment I've managed to not have to. So here we're back now. We're going back to where we were earlier. I don't know if anyone will recognise this area, but we went up through that way earlier. And now we crossed through this stream. A couple of weeks ago I went up through there. So this shows you where we are now. If I'd not come on this higher path, I'd have to cross two big wide fords like this. In fact, this one's grown since I was here earlier. There's an awful lot of water coming down off the hills. It's supposed to be drier this week, but look how that's crept in since I was here earlier. I don't know, I crossed that one now, I can't remember. I might have crossed it further down over there, I think I crossed. Because it's so wide now, look at that. But I was only here a couple of weeks ago and I went up there when I went to do Lower Hare Nap. That might have been end of September or beginning of October when I went up there. I've taken a picture of this scene. It looks completely different when it's all got green leaves. It's still pretty in its own way. Now we've got to look out for a track in a minute that's going to take me up. And it is going to be somewhere over the side. So this is the reverse part of the journey, which has been recorded many, many times. So I'm going to turn off now. I'm going to turn off now, over and out. Right. I'm climbing up. I'm up and up. I'm over there's the other side. There's the combes. And I'm climbing up out, and it's been quite a steep climb so far. I had to have a puff on the inhaler back there because I was thinking, oh, I'm never going to get up here if I don't have something to help me breathe a little bit. So I have. I try not to, but we're coming up now. Look at all the lovely trees. Look at the bracken. There's the valley below, which I walked up through this morning, up Hodder's Combe, up towards Slaughterhouse Combe, and then round down another combe, rejoined a little bit of Hodder's Combe before having to cross another stream to come up this track towards the memorial trees and Old Foxton. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. I'm still climbing, by the way. Alright? See? Still down. I'm still going up. Once I get up, I should be able to see the memorial trees. That's plan A. It's a steady climb up, it's true, but it is still... it is still steep. In the past, It would meant nothing to me doing this. Oh, still, never mind. We can't do anything about it. We just still have to do it, and it's just have to struggle more. At 66, ex-smoker. Although I had long periods where I didn't smoke, never smoked the whole of my 30s. 3 years of the 40s I never smoked. All of the 50s I smoked. I smoked more in older age than I did when I was younger. I hardly smoked at all when below 30. I didn't smoke at all when I was 30. When I was nursing, everyone smoked. Everyone liked to drink. So different to what it is now. It was seen as acceptable to turn up for work with a hangover. You were laughed at, thinking, oh, I bet you had a good night and all that, you know what I mean? And people nipping out for fag breaks. The sisters used to smoke, so you got away with murder then. Well, no, you didn't. You did your work. But you had a break and you were allowed to go and take a coffee and have a fag if you wanted one. It was allowed. Now hospitals have banned it all. Certainly got 10 years. Good job and all, I say. I'm glad they banned it. Smoking is terrible. And I've paid the price for being a smoker. Minimum 20 a day I was. Just before I give it up. It took me 4 years to train the brain, a bit at a time. You don't just stop it, you can stop overnight. I have done that as well. When I was expecting my second child, I used to get violently sick. So that helped me stop. Actually, pregnancy sickness helped me stop. The sight of an ashtray used to make me throw up. And then I never smoked for 16 years after that. 16 years. And then in the early 40s, say 43, in 1993, I started to smoke. And everyone I knew was still smoking. Was still in the pubs. But I was getting wheezy. I noticed it was getting worse. I was getting coughs, chest infections all the time, sneezing constantly. The cough. I just thought, I can't do this. But it still took me 4 years to stop completely, and I would go nearly all year until Christmas, and I found that really difficult. You know, I just found that difficult. It's Christmas and having a fag and a cigar like I always used to. But then I really knocked it on the head. I really done it, because my breathing was getting real bad. It isn't anywhere near like it was. Okay, I'm struggling. I'm just climbed up a combe. A lot of people would struggle getting up there. Not if you're 20, 30 or a fit 40-year-old, no. Or if you've never ever smoked. No, my smoking ages your lungs. I think when I was 50 off, they told me my lungs were the age of a 70-year-old. But you can reduce it back if you stop. It's the same with alcohol. You can recover. If you stop with alcohol, you can reduce. It doesn't mean you have to give it up completely, though in some cases, if you've got severe liver damage, you could have a hemorrhage if you had any alcohol. You could have a hemorrhage. No, I cut out alcohol as well. When smoking was banned in pubs, I more or less stopped going in pubs. And I associated the two, you see, like most people did. No, with determination. I mean, for me to give up drinking and smoking, I lost a social life, basically. I in a way, you sort of lose the social life, because that's how I used to meet people, in the pub, you know, or in a club. And then, because I've got other interests, I started to do family tree. And then I had other needs for my money, rather than smoking it. I have occasional wine, and I have occasional wine. I don't like lager. I did a bit of hypnotism, and lager always used to taste to me of salty water. So that if I can probably have a half now, and then it makes me feel ill. I can't drink it. So I do like it sometimes. Like when the World Cup was on, I enjoyed the odd lager when that was on. Heineken. But anyway, I've got up the hill now. Look, there's a plantation. My skills have paid off. I've never been up this track I'm on now before. I've seen it. I've never done it, and I've not been down it yet. I've been up it. Believe me, I know. Anyway, now it's starting to cloud over, look. Looking down in the Combe there, the mist coming up through Holford Combe over there. Hodder's Combe going along the bottom there, and then they branch off into different smaller combes. But I wanted to come up to the trees. I hope the camera don't pack up at this stage. Typical if it did, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be typical? It has happened to me before now, you know. Because I haven't saved enough battery. Even I've got my charger, it don't always charge up properly. Right, here we are then. Look back there, folks. Look at that. This is the Quantock Hills. This is Holford. All this is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to make my way down to the trees now.